60-yard dash to the crib, that's what we on. Loaded in the trenches, pound for pound, we gon' lean on. Pulling QB keepers, Jalen know it, Leon Rion. Play action pass to the end zone. Smitty got it.
Welcome to the Flying High Eagles podcast, where we talk birds and the latest in NFL news. Happy Wednesday. How are you guys doing today? We're going to talk some free agency, get into the latest of what's been happening in the Eagles world. Saquan Barkley, 2-year extension, $41.2 million with $36 million guaranteed. And Darius Slay will be released post-June. Will we bring him back? Will we not? I feel like we should. He still has a little bit left in the tank. He want to play one more year. I feel like we bring him back one more year like we did Brandon Graham. Let him come in, veteran minimum, and help us win another Super Bowl. Saquon Barkley definitely deserved what he got. Very happy for him. Hopefully we can keep Mekhi Becton, keep that offensive line together, and let him run for another 2,000 yards because he did not get hurt this year. He didn't look like he has missed any kind of a step. Every bit of explosiveness that everybody tried to say he didn't have, he still has. And I cannot wait for next season to see him do it again, baby. Top free agents for the Eagles: Zach Bond, Milton Williams, Josh Sweat, Mekhi Becton, Kenny Gainwell. Out of the 5, I'm feeling like let's bring back Zach Bond, solidify the middle of that defense, and let's bring back Mekhi Becton and solidify that offensive line so we can keep the running game strong and have another strong playoff run and a chance at a Super Bowl next year. Kenny Gainwell, I think we should let him walk. Maybe find another running back in the draft. Someone strong, power back. Somebody like Skibbo. I believe it's Arizona State. Yeah. Team needs defensive line, linebacker, offensive line, cornerback depth, receiver depth, and running back. As far as the defensive line, I'm on board with the Myles Garrett trade. I don't want to give up 2 firsts, but I feel like a first, a player, and maybe a second or a first and a third could possibly get it done. Max Crosby is another trade option that we could probably look at. But if we don't go for a trade, I'm thinking Josh Sweat. I feel like Josh Sweat, between Josh Sweat and Milton Williams, Josh Sweat will be the more team-friendly deal because I feel like Milton Williams is definitely going to go out there and get a high-paying contract. Linebacker, I want Zach Bond, but if we don't get Zach Bond, there are a few linebackers that I would take, and we'll get into them here in a second. Offensive line, let's get Mekhi Becton and maybe draft a few guys just for some depth. Take them to Stoutland University and, develop them into better players. Cornerback, depends on what we do with Darius Slay. There are cornerback options in the free agency that I think that we could get and should get if we don't take Darius Slay. Wide receiver 3 is in question because Jahan Dotson is a free agent. There is one other receiver that I would like if we do not get Jahan Dotson, and that is Elijah Moore from the Browns. Let's get that guy. Really good slot, fast, good hands, and can find the open hole in the defense. And is a playmaker. Can take the top off if he gets the right situation. I like that move. And running back, but I feel like running back and offensive line could really be addressed in the draft. Even defensive line. I'm a big Tennessee fan. Pierce, number 27. James Pierce Jr. Yeah. That's a guy that I would like to draft. If he's there in the first round, get him. He probably won't be, but if he's there, we should take a swing at that instead of trading away a pick. Top notable cornerbacks. So if we don't bring back Darius Slay, we do have Isaiah Rodgers and Keely Ringo on the roster. I definitely feel like Keely Ringo is in a position to really take over that number 2. Going out there battling with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith every week. He's definitely getting the work. And when he has been called upon, he has made plays. So I really feel like he could really step into that number 2. Going into the second year with Vic Fangio, there's continuity there. Familiar. I'm terrible with that. He's familiar with the system. We'll just say that. As far as free agents go, Shavarius Ward, cornerback from the 49ers, 29 years old, could be a good option. Along with DJ Reed, cornerback from the Jets, 28. Byron Murphy, cornerback from the Vikings, 27. And my favorite, personal favorite, Asante Samuel Jr., cornerback from the Chargers, age 25. Him and Quinyon Mitchell, man, that would be elite. Elite. With Coop in the slot, CJ and Battleship as safety. Come on, man. Best secondary in football. Easy. That's my pick. My pick for free agency is bringing in Asante Samuel Jr. Let's get him. So if we don't bring back Zach Bond, I'm thinking Nick Bolton from the Chiefs, age 25. Dre Greenlaw from the 49ers, age 28. Ernest Jones, linebacker, Seattle, age 25. And Jermaine Sherwood from the Jets, age 25. I feel like those are 4 good options to look at if we do not take Zach Bond back. Zach Bond being an all-pro, he'll probably get the highest contract out of all the options that I just listed. But would he take a team-friendly deal to stay with a Super Bowl contender? Or would he go to somewhere like LA? Get paid higher, but for damn sure, is going to have to come back and play the Eagles at some point. And will he be a difference maker? Could he be a difference maker to stop our beast offense? I don't think so. For wide receivers, Elijah Moore, I'm not really seeing anything else out there. The Bengals just put the tag on T. Higgins, even though he would probably be too high of a price point anyway. And that'd probably be being greedy at the receiver spot. But Elijah Moore, I feel like we could get at a reasonable contract. Switching over to edge, Khalil Mack from the Chargers and Malcolm Kuntz. I hope I'm saying that right, from the Browns. I feel like those are 2 options we could look at to solidify the defensive line. I'm looking more towards the draft. Hopefully we could get a good edge in the draft. Not really too sure, especially if we don't go with the trade to get Max Crosby or a player like Myles Garrett, which would send us to the Super Bowl. I really feel like Myles Garrett, we're going back to back. But those are the top free agents that I would choose for us to fill some holes on offense and defense. Feel free to comment and leave your opinion. Also follow, subscribe if you're on YouTube. Happy Wednesday. Super Bowl champs.